Massachusetts, where the Hurt Handbook will be live on the scene for Combat FC 7 happening tonight, May 24th, at the Shriners Auditorium.
Wilmington, Massachusetts.
Yeah, I almost forgot the town for a second, but yeah, streaming on UFC Fight Pass. It's good to be here. Fight day, baby. Nothing better.
You know, we're in Tewksbury right now, which is like a town over from Wilmington. It's about like 20-30 minutes from Boston. We did get to explore some Boston last night, and we came back to the hotel and tried to record this first ever episode of what we're going to call the Roadcast. Basically, anytime THH goes on the road for whatever reason related to the channel, we'll try and put out an episode for you guys of this from the hotel room or from wherever, really. And it'll be a little less MMA centric, more so just, you know, us sitting here talking about whatever pops into our mind or just like stuff that happened on the trip. And, you know, hopefully it'll be like a little break from the usual from you guys that maybe you'll enjoy and get some laughs or whatever out of. But, you know, we did explore Boston yesterday. Like I am right this second, I was wearing my Knicks hat. I'm surprised that I didn't get like assaulted. But everybody was I think everybody was in a happy mood. That's probably why. I mean, the Celtics just went up 2-0. I know you're excited.
Yep, everyone. The city was out and about in its Celtics gear, rightfully so, after another big playoff win. And yeah, your boy ought to be a part of it, and my jersey was just somewhere over here, but you'll see in the vlog, obviously.
Yeah.
And just a great overall night in Boston, you know, like nice weather and all that. Like the city itself, just you know, for me at least, my first time, it's really just got that distinct historic feel to it. It was just nice to obviously be around and take it in. So
yeah.
But then for him, that which I said in the vlog too, like it says something that you want to hate this city so much, but you just can't, because it really is like an awesome, great city. And then this is what, your third time here?
Second.
Second.
So like, literally the first time I came here, I felt the exact same way. I came in, not angry, but I definitely wanted to just despise the city because obviously, you know, I'm a Yankee fan, I'm a Knicks fan. Everything in my being tells me to hate Boston and Boston sports. And then I got here, it was last month when I was here, and it was just, I mean, like you said, it's just a beautiful place. It has like this really different like vibe to it. It has like a lot of historical buildings and stuff like that. Like yesterday we were at Paul Revere's house. That was kind of cool. Told me he was a Knicks fan, but I don't know. Tiz decided not to listen to that. But yeah, Ghost of Paul Revere was telling me go Knicks.
Yeah, would have been nice to like even just walk in and stuff and look around, but it was too late. Paul Revere was asleep, so.
Yeah, well, he's been asleep for a few hundred years if we really think about it, but. Yeah, it was cool to see it though. I mean, that's like the thing with Boston that I like so much. Like there's so many things like in American history that have kind of like happened here. And like, you know, I was telling you the last time I came here, we were just walking downtown and pretty much just stumbled upon where the Boston Massacre took place, which is like, you know, right now obviously it's just, you know, a piece of concrete on the ground. But like that was like a turning point in like not just US history, but like world history in a way. It's just... It's super fascinating. Like I said, I want to hate this place. Every fiber of my being does, but it's just so nice here. I mean, even besides like the historical stuff, it's just so clean. Like, you know, we're from New Jersey. We're near New York City. New York City is just so dirty. Like there's just garbage and God knows what everywhere. And, you know, every city has like their areas that are, I guess, a little worse than others. But like Boston is just, honestly, that's the one thing I noticed. It's very clean, which I can definitely appreciate. And it makes you like, you know, I'm here in Boston, I see this huge city where all these people and the streets are so clean, and I'm like, oh, New York could do something about this. Like, that's the funny part. Like, I get that it would be like a large task, but dude, New York is such a beautiful city too, in a way. Like, you know, like Boston, there's so many different landmarks that you could see. But, you know, when there's garbage and everything else on the ground, like, it just kind of takes away from that a little bit. And, like, you know, when you come here, it's it's just different. I don't know how to really describe it. Like, people would really just have to see it. You know, obviously some of it will be on the vlog too.
Hey, so the Celtic, you know how every team in the playoffs has like that little slogan or whatever, like that tagline that they carry with that throughout the playoffs. For the Celtics, literally is just different here. That's it. That's just how. I don't think it's just for the playoffs either that they've had. I think it's been the motto for the entire season. You know, just different here in terms of like just the city of Boston as a whole. And,
it's different to have like a team as good as the Celtics have been,
and
then they never win the finals though because they're just choke artists.
when it comes to the sports here in this state and stuff, everyone just comes together and stuff, and rightfully so, because you know they seem to win a lot more, at least recently, than our teams back home. But
hey man, the Yankees aren't out of it yet. And I've said this, you guys will see this in the vlog. I'm still in my delusion that the Knicks have not yet lost Game 7 to the Pacers, even though that happened already. You know, we were by our friend Brooke's graduation party. Shout out, Brooke. And we were watching the Knicks play the Pacers, and like, I want to say it was like the second or third quarter when they went down like 18. That's kind of when I just stopped and decided to not acknowledge reality.
Yeah.
And yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the Celtics are still waiting on the winner of Game 7.
Yeah.
But
well, you know, we're waiting for the Knicks to show up here to Massachusetts.
It's gonna be like 2048.
I was looking for their team bus last night, but you know, I guess they just left early after.
They probably went on the Greyhound that we went on. It was 10 years late. Yeah, yesterday when we got to Boston, we were supposed to get here around like 2:30 in the afternoon. And we were over an hour and a half late, and then it took another hour to get from Boston to Tewksbury just because of all the traffic that was coming out of the city. And, you know, it sucks. Because of that, we had to miss the weigh-ins, which is, like, awful, but at least we're going to get to go see the fights tonight. But, I mean, I guess it's not all negative, though, because we had, like, more time, I guess, to explore the city than we would have otherwise. And, we got, like I said, we went to the TD Garden after the Celtics win. And then we got to see the Paul Revere house. And then when we came back here, this is, for people who don't see the behind the scenes of this is basically like take 5. But if in reality, you know, it's probably take 2 or 3 of the roadcast. The first one we tried to film was last night after we got back. And we were just dozing off. Low-key.
Yeah, I mean, it was super late to begin with. We were up the entire day.
Yeah.
And then obviously on our feet when we got to Boston, so
and it's just exhausting too, like when so many things like are going wrong with the trip, because like, you know, we're getting there, we're like, yeah, you were excited to go to the weigh-ins and cover this, and then like we realized that you know, I kind of realized it when we got to Hartford. So like the Greyhound bus, for those who don't know, like the route that we took, Newark, New Jersey to the George Washington Bridge in New York, to Hartford, Connecticut, and then to Boston. So, like, we hit the traffic right in the beginning on the way to New York, which basically delayed the entire thing. And I didn't even really think about it until we got to Hartford, and it was already, like, almost 2 o'clock, and I'm like, it's going to take, like, an hour and 40 minutes to get to Boston. Like, I remembered it from the last time I went.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, we're going to be, like, really late. And then we get closer to Boston, and then there was even more traffic, and then the Uber after we got off the bus, traffic, like, talk about hitting just every roadblock on the way.
Well, you know, it's still better than the case that we would get here today, and then what happened yesterday happens today, and then so, you know, even
would have ruined everything.
Exactly. Even if we're just late to the fights, it's like that would obviously not be ideal at all. So.
At least we're gonna see that in full today, which is nice. But yesterday was cool though. Like, I'm glad, at least, that we got to salvage the day doing some fun stuff. And you got to tell everybody. Yesterday was your first time listening to "Comfortably Numb" by Pink Floyd. Just tell the viewers your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think it's just another one of another Pink Floyd song that just takes you to another place, especially when you have the headphones on, like I did, obviously. Just super uplifting, and it's like pretty much you could pretty much do like anything to and just feel, you know, inspired by in some way.
Yeah.
But you know, that's Pink Floyd. Like yeah, when it comes to that record, The Wall, I just hadn't ever really gotten around to it like in full. You know, it's just one of those albums that I guess, you know, with the last album, Animals, it's like, yeah, I think this is the best Pink Floyd album, and it's like that's where they peaked, and then not even that they fell off, because obviously The Wall is still a great record, but
a lot of great songs on that one. And even like, you know, obviously when you listen to artists and stuff, like, and you're getting into them, you said that you listen to them more chronologically.
Yeah.
So obviously like The Wall is the last one from that like crazy run that Pink Floyd had in the 70s. I mean, I love Animals too, so I definitely agree with you there. Wish You Were Here, that'll always be my favorite Pink Floyd album. I mean, the first time I heard that, I probably looked like you when you heard Comfortably Numb for the first time. It just mind blown just of how good that music could possibly be. Like, it was everything that I ever could ask for in a song. Like, it had elements of basically everything that I like in all sorts of different genres.
That was at a time where progressive rock and all that was at its absolute peak, and it's like, if you were a band like Pink Floyd, and you could obviously capitalize on that and just, you know, strike while the iron's hot, pretty much. Like, it was like Pink Floyd could just like do no wrong, to be honest.
I mean, dude, we were talking about Metal yesterday, one of their albums, and like Echoes on my record, it takes up the whole B-side of it, which is crazy. It's like a 24-minute song. Like, you couldn't get away with that nowadays. It's crazy. I mean, like, Echoes is an amazing song too, but people just don't have like the attention span anymore to just like sit there and experience something in full. Like, you know, with the way that music has kind of turned into like getting a viral single rather than like a good album.
Get your music recommendations from TikTok.
Yeah. What's that one song that's really popular right now? I keep hearing it on like reels and stuff. $1 Million Baby? Something like, I don't know.
No idea, my man.
If any of you guys know, comment the name if I'm right or wrong, but that song is terrible, and like I'm pretty sure it's like right up there with like the top songs on the billboards right now, and I'm just like, this song is so annoying. And like, I'm not even trying to be a hater, like I'm not the type of person who's like, all music today sucks, but some of the stuff that gets popular, it kind of blows your mind in a way. And I mean,
yeah, I don't know, Apple Music just released this 100 top albums from like their users, and
don't even get me started.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
The fact that like Lauryn Hill beat Michael Jackson, Thriller, like what? I mean, for those people who are watching this who know me, they know that I think that Michael Jackson is like by far the greatest artist of all time. Like, Pink Floyd might be my favorite band, but MJ is the best artist, and like 4 decades of just hits. That's so hard to do. Like, from when he was a little kid in the 70s, like with like Off the Wall, and like the 80s, obviously Thriller, Bad, and then like, God, like you just keep going. Like the 90s, you know, had Dangerous, History, and like there's so many great songs on all of those albums that everyone would know, even if like they can't think of it off the top of their head.
That's the amazing thing about music. Like, there's something for everyone.
Yeah.
And that's just, you know, you're gonna gravitate towards something, but
but our music taste is better.
Exactly.
We do have to say that.
I think you have to actually go and like want to explore and give new music a try.
I wish more people were like that though, because like I'm very open minded when it comes to music. Like, I have
people are very just glued to their playlists and stuff.
Yeah. Do you think that like streaming in a way has like screwed up the traditional like listening of music? Because like, if you think about it, in the 70s or the 80s, you'd have to buy a record and hope that it was good. And so like that just made more people step out of their comfort zones. Like, it's not like you could just listen to it once and then just be like, I actually hate this, I'm going to bring it back.
That's also part of why you'll see artists like, you know, throw even more filler onto an album. It's just like, but it's going to get more streams and stuff. You'll see like deluxe versions everywhere, but I mean, back then, even with deluxe versions, it was like, it's just, this just couldn't fit on the regular album, so it's still good enough to be released, but nowadays there's a lot of filler and stuff, so
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, I don't know. I don't really listen to too much of the music nowadays, and again, like, it's not because I hate it or anything. Like, it's just not my taste.
No, exactly. There's still a lot of great music and artists that are out there today.
Yeah. Whenever, like, Kendrick or somebody puts out a 20-minute song, that's gonna be when my mind is truly blown. And, you know, we're should we talk about the Kendrick Drake beef? In our first recording of this.
That's the thing. I don't think someone like Kendrick Lamar will ever need to do something like that. You know,
I feel like he could pull it off though.
If anything, like, yeah, his longer songs already came at a time when he was still trying to, you know, obviously still trying to establish his name as one of the greats back in, like, you know, the Good Kid, Mad City days and stuff. So
I mean, even recently though, like, isn't The Heart Part 5 like 7 minutes or 6, something like that? I mean, I know it's not long compared to some of these Pink Floyd songs,
but that's still more for, like, the Heart series is more of, like, promo for the upcoming album and stuff. And obviously, if you want to bring up the Kendrick and Drake debate, then it's like, you know, Kendrick Lamar, just, to me, all that matters is who makes the better music and the more enjoyable albums and stuff, and that's Kendrick Lamar. Like, Kendrick Lamar's a better rapper, he's the better music artist, and that's that, you know?
The Drake fans are going to come after you. Kind of like the boxing fans like coming
Drake's
after us.
More like background music and stuff, you know, stuff you can just relax to and just do whatever to.
I mean, dude, I'll admit, like, the Kendrick Drake beef has kind of soured my opinion of Drake's music a little bit because, like, you know, you hear him rapping about, like, all these, like, tough guy things, and then, you know, Kendrick's just kind of
that's the thing.
Wipe the floor with all that.
Exactly. Like, Kendrick actually had to start from the bottom.
My friend Matt, he's a little older than us, so he was, like, old enough to remember when Drake was on Degrassi in the wheelchair.
Exactly,
like, I feel like, especially for someone like him, seeing Drake in that TV show, like, is just a total kind of, like, just a loser in a sense. Like, and then he just turns into the best rapper in the world. Like, I mean, well, debatably, I guess, the best rapper in the world.
The most popular.
That's more what I mean. But, like, that must be so funny. Like, he's like, is that the Degrassi kid? And it's just Drake at number one on the Billboard. Literally, I mean, Drake's been famous our whole lives almost.
Yeah.
I mean, Degrassi started in, like, the early 2000s, I think. So, Drake's been around for a while. Like, it's just, it is true. Like, it's hard to, like, get hype to, like, Drake's hype songs knowing that he was just, like, this guy from Canada who acted in Degrassi and then all of a sudden just became, like, this great rapper. And, like, I'm not hating on Drake. You know this. Like, I like Drake. But this beef, like I said, it's kind of, I don't know, it's hard to just listen to him after Kendrick is just kind of bodying him the way he is. Like, because he's throwing all these accusations.
Look at that, exactly. Like, even just what they're talking about was like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, you
I
guys.
think some fans get obviously, like, too freaking, and this just goes for, like, celebrities in general, just too emotionally involved. And
that's what anything.
These people don't know who you are at the end of the day. It's like,
I mean, even, like, sports and stuff too. Like, you know, it's the same thing applies. Like, when I read, like, comments and stuff, my favorite comments to ever read are not the ones that are, like, just outwardly hating. It's the ones that are trying to, like, seriously, like, make change. So, like, I'm a big Formula One fan, and a few races ago, Lance Stroll of Aston Martin caused an accident with Daniel Ricciardo, who's one of the most, like, beloved drivers in the sport. And Lance, he has his seat, not solely because of it, but probably mainly because his dad is the owner of the team. And so when he did that, like, it was not the first mistake he's made in his Formula One career. And, like, you know, I love the comments too that are just like, Lance sucks, this guy's a bum. But my favorites are the ones that are just like, at Aston Martin, like, you guys must change something here. This is unacceptable. Like, thinking that their social media director is going to see that and be like, guys, we got to can him now. At John Doe 879 said that he needed Lance to get cut, so we have to cut him. Like, those are my favorites. Like, and it's the same thing with music. Like, there'll be people in there who'll be like, they just need to stop the beef and promote peace and love. And I'm like, yeah, because Drake or Kendrick's going to read your comment and be like, oh, I
Well,
had to
yeah.
do this.
That's the thing. I mean, it's all about just those like numbers, pretty much. People just want to see how many likes they get, and it's like how many likes they get. It's like it makes their whole day. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about other platforms as much, but Instagram comments, that's a dark realm sometimes.
yeah, it's all over the place, man. But hey, whatever you guys want to debate about, even beyond MMA and boxing, like
We're MMA and boxing. We'll talk about whatever.
Exactly, literally anything. Like
the Roadcast takes all comers. Like we will talk about whatever,
exactly.
whenever.
This is a video to let us know.
Yeah, exactly. So this was episode 1 of the Roadcast. We don't really know what's gonna become of this, but we hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments.
Another one coming soon.
Very soon.
Mark?
Yeah, so we do have another fun thing coming up after the Combat FC vlog. Won't announce it just yet. We'll probably announce it on the recap pod for Combat FC. I think that would be the spot. But yeah, we're probably gonna have another Roadcast soon, especially if you guys like this one. You know, they're gonna be sporadic. Obviously, it depends on where we travel and when we travel, but you know, we talk MMA so much. Obviously, this week we've been talking it even more, just promoting Combat FC and stuff like that. But yeah, it's fun sometimes to just, you know, sit there, be a little loose, and just talk about whatever. You know, we were talking about, I mean, we covered a lot of topics today. The NBA playoffs, Pink Floyd, the Drake-Kendrick beef, exploring Boston as a city, and just, it's good to be here in Massachusetts. And I'm super excited for tonight to cover Combat FC 7 and document that whole experience for you guys, to get the vlog up by probably Sunday. If I'm hoping Sunday, but could be Monday. But if I had to guess, it'll be Sunday. I think I'll have enough time to edit it because I've been starting it obviously as we've been sitting here. So you've seen the opening stages of the vlog. It's fun so far. We've had some good banter. I mean, I think you guys will enjoy it, but I hope you guys have enjoyed the Roadcast, as I'm sure you agree, but we'll see you guys for the next one, hopefully. So